Now the topic before us is what makes a currency appreciate. There are many reasons for the appreciation of the currency of a country. First is high GDP growth. When a country consistently shows high GDP growth, economic performance of the country is good for the last many years. So the investors from all over the world get attracted towards that country. So the demand of the currency of that country increases, which results into the appreciation of the currency of that country. Next is higher interest rates. It may be possible that in any particular country, the yields of financial assets like bonds is higher in comparison to other countries. So the investors from all over the world would like to make investment in the financial assets of those countries, that particular country, which increases the demand for the currency of that country, and due to this there is appreciation in the value of currency of that country. Next is trade surplus. Trade surplus means exports are more in comparison to imports. When the exports are more, it means that the foreigners have to pay more than to get from that country. So to pay for the exports, the foreigners will have to buy the domestic currency. It increases the demand for domestic currency and ultimately results into the appreciation of domestic currency of the that particular country from where the exports are being made. Next is if there is political stability in any particular country and the economic performance of that country is good, then the investors from all over the world would like to make investment in that country. So it increases the demand for the currency of that country. Further, if the stock market in a particular country is undervalued, if the investors think so, then they would like to make investment in the share market of that country, and it increases the demand for the currency of that country, and it results into the appreciation of the currency of that country. Next is speculative activity. If the speculators believe that the currency of any particular country is likely to increase, if they think so, then they will naturally buy that currency in bulk. It will increase the demand and it will result into the appreciation of the currency. All these factors result into the appreciation of the currency. However, how much currency appreciates, it depends on the circumstances of each economy differently. So these factors affect any economy in a different way. We also like to mention that there is real life example of currency appreciation in the case of Australia. During early 2010s, 2000s, during the early 2000s, Australia witnessed currency appreciation against US dollar because there was high GDP growth, booming was there in mining sector, and there were robust exports of coal and iron ore. And further, the political environment of that country was stable. So all these factors in Australia in early 2000s helped in the appreciation of the currency of Australia. Now the topic before us is the double-edged sword, how currency appreciation affects tourism. Currency appreciation has a double-edged effect on tourism. It affects both inbound and outbound travel. First is, it adversely affects inbound tourism. Why? Because when the currency of a country appreciates, the foreign people who are visiting that country will have to pay out more in respect of their accommodation, food, etc. We will understand the same with the help of an example. Suppose $1 is equal to 83 INR. INR is Indian rupee. We are living in India. We are taking the example of USA and India. Suppose people from USA or tourists from USA are visiting India. So at present, if they visit India, they will get 83 in exchange of $1. Suppose the currency of India appreciates. Now the value of Indian rupee has appreciated and $1 is equal to 80 Indian rupee. That is, now the residents of USA or the tourists from USA will get less currency of Indian rupee in return of 1 unit of US dollar. So when they will get less in return of the $1, in return of the same US dollars which they are spending, so it will naturally adversely affect the tourism industry also. It can hurt the revenue of the tourism sector in the appreciating country, because the foreigners will have to reduce their duration to stay at the country where the currency has appreciated. Further, in some countries, tourism is a major source of income for a part, maybe a source of major income for the particular economy. So if the currency of that country appreciates, it adversely affects the inbound tourism. Further, currency appreciation increases outbound tourism. That is, the residents of the appreciating country would like to make more international travels. In other words, it makes international travel more affordable. How it happens? Suppose at present 83 Indian rupee is equal to $1. So if an Indian wants to go abroad, say USA, so to get $1, he will have to pay 83 rupee. So now if the currency has appreciated, Indian rupee has appreciated to say 80 Indian rupee is equal to $1. So after appreciation, the Indian people or the tourists from India will have to pay only 80 rupees to get $1. Earlier they used to pay 83 rupee to get $1. Now they have to pay less to get $1. So international tourism for the tourists from the appreciating country becomes more affordable. However, it may be added that tourism of a country does not depend solely on currency appreciation. The tourism in any country is also affected by the political scenario in that country, and what are the unique attractions of that country, and what is the safety point of view in that country. If a country is very much affected by terrorism activities, or there is some sort of disturbance in that country, then the tourism is likely to be remain affected even though there is currency appreciation or any other steps. Now the topic before us is, how does currency appreciation affect a country's exports? What is the meaning of currency appreciation? Currency appreciation means that your domestic currency becomes stronger relative to foreign currencies. When the currency of your country appreciates, it means that exports have become expensive for the foreign buyers, because foreigners will have to pay more of their own currency to purchase the same amount of goods from us or the appreciating country where the currency has appreciated. We will understand what we have said with the help of an example. Suppose USA exports cars to France. We assume that cost of car is 10,000 US dollar. This is the cost of car. We also assume that exchange rate between 1 US dollar and other currency, that is euro, is equal. That is 1 USD, 1 US dollar is equal to 1 euro. So the cost of car for the residents of France is 10,000 euros. Now US dollar has appreciated and the exchange rate between US dollar and euro has become 1 US dollar is equal to 1.2 euro. Now after appreciation, US dollar has appreciated, and for 1 US dollars, now the residents of USA can get 1.2 euros. That is more of foreign currency they can get. Now what is the cost of car? After appreciation of US dollars, cost of car, that is what the residents of France will have to pay to purchase the said car. The cost of car is same, 10,000 US dollars. Now after appreciation, they will have to pay 12,000 euros, which earlier they were paying only 10,000 euros. Now they will have to pay 12,000 euros. So when US dollar, when the currency of a country has appreciated, the foreigners have to pay more to get the things from the appreciating country. We also understand with the help of a real life example which has happened in the case of Switzerland. From September 2011 to January 2015, January 2015, Swiss National Bank, Switzerland's bank, central bank, Swiss National Bank adopted the policy of maintaining exchange rate between Swiss franc, which is their currency. They were adopting the policy of maintaining the exchange rate between Swiss franc with that of euro. They were adopting the policy that this some exchange rate has to be maintained, and at around 1.2 CHF, 1 euro was being exchanged. That is, the Swiss National Bank used to take the steps during this period to maintain this exchange rate. We have mentioned only approximate figures. But in January 2015, they abandoned the policy of maintaining the exchange rate between Swiss franc and euro. Now, due to the abandonment of maintaining the exchange rate between euro and franc, the Swiss franc appreciated. The currency of Switzerland and Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is also a small border nation between Austria and Switzerland. Both these countries have same currency, Swiss franc. So, due to abandoning the policy of maintaining the exchange rate between Swiss franc and euro, the currency of Switzerland, that is Swiss franc, appreciated by about 20%. All of us know that Switzerland is very famous for their watches and other things. So, due to the appreciation of Swiss franc, the exports of Swiss goods became expensive for the foreign buyers. So, when the exports became expensive in Switzerland, it also adversely affected the exports of that country. So, you have understood that when the currency of a country appreciates, it makes the goods which have to be imported expensive for the foreign buyers, and it also adversely affects the exports of that country and also the jobs of the sectors which are involved in exporting the goods. We hope you have understood the point very clearly. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.